Red Pill Radio.
Ricky on Red Pill Radio.
Yo, facts though.
100.3's Red Pill Radio.
I need a red pill girl, she's a diamond in the rough. She's always standing tall, never playing it tough. Her intellect shines bright, can't get enough. She's the kind of girl you can't help but love. A red pill girl, breaking the mold. Smart and savvy, worth more than gold. Squirrel, squirrel, red pill girl, changing the game, she's a rare pearl. I need a red pill girl, rock your world. Squirrel, squirrel, red pill girl. The facts, the truth. She's not afraid to speak up, always uncouth. Red pill girl, she's got the power of youth. In a world full of lies, she's the real sleuth. Empowering women, standing tall. Red pill girl, breaking down the wall. Squirrel, squirrel, red pill girl. In a society that tries to swirl, I need a red pill girl, rock your world. Squirrel, squirrel, red pill girl.
Red Pill Radio.
Red Pill Radio.
Ricky on Red Pill Radio.
Yo, facts though.
100.3's Red Pill Radio.
Red Pill Radio.
Red Pill Radio.
Ricky on Red Pill Radio.
Yo, facts though.
100.3's Red Pill Radio.
We are here and we are live. This is it's good. I'm back. Let's see, reading messages for no reason. What's up, fam? What's up, caveman? You're in the house, man. I'm here. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I probably shouldn't be going live, but I got something on my mind tonight. I'm trying to do 2 or 3 lives tonight, actually. So this is the beginning of some. It's going to be tragic, right? But what I'm doing is what's on my mind tonight is male economic displacement. This is it is the problem in our country. Everybody thinks that crime and other things are the problems in our country. It is not. It is, guys, it is male economic displacement. I cannot stress this enough. Now, how is that caused? That is generally caused by women's right to work. My claim tonight, and you can dispute me if you like, you can get in the comments and tell Ricky he's wrong, okay? But I'm here trying to fix this country. And in order to do that, I have to tell you the truth about what ails us. What is the problem, Ricky? Well, is it the criminals? It's not. No, it's not the criminals. Is the problem in our country all these women just in the streets? No, that's not the problem. That is an after effect of what's really going on, right? It's not the baby mamas.
Bruh.
It's none of this. It's the problem in our country is what the lawmakers have set us up to do, and they know what they're doing. They're not foolish to what's going on. So we're going to start tonight. I'm going to take you to a short form video. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to this short form video, and we're going to have this woman explain to you how she feels, what she thinks, and then we're going to, and she'll break that down for you, right? And then I'm going to break down for you exactly why what she says is bullshit. And I'll take you through. This is going to be a lesson. So like I said, if you're here right now and you're not here for a major lesson, because I'm going to show you things tonight no other creator can show you in a way that no other creator can do it. I promise you that's what's coming up right after her video. I'm about to go all the way in, and you think these people that you've been looking at for years, like they're red pill. I'm about to take you to another place. But let's listen to what she has to say first, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Historically, women needed men because that's how the oppression structure was set up. We were hostages. We couldn't have credit cards, couldn't own property, couldn't vote, had no voice. Well, of course, we'd partner up with a man because we needed one so that we didn't starve to death because men used force to keep us under their thumb. Now, fortunately, things have evolved. And guess what? We don't need men. So if it comes to being in a relationship, it's a matter of bringing something to the table. And if what you're bringing to the table is a toddler-like mentality where you are running around, running amok, expecting a mommy and expecting some kind of subordinate, concubine kind of setup. No woman wants that. So of course you see so many men who are single because they've never realized that they need to actually be tolerable individuals. And as a result, they are single because nobody wants you. So of course, just like a job, if you want to actually do well and actually have the opportunity to have that, you need to develop the skills to be in a relationship. Historically, women needed men.
Woo. Okay. So that's what she's saying. All right. Just a few parts of it that I can remember from all that bullshit. That was a lot of bullshit she was talking all at once. I mean, damn. You need to develop the skills to be with a woman as if, like it's a job. Well, okay. Love is work. Relationships are work. It is a job. But ma'am, what she's leaving out of this whole thing while she's rambling, I'm not even going to cover all the parts of what she said. I just wanted you to hear it. But what she's leaving out of this whole thing is the fact that men and women always needed each other. That's why we came together. Whatever created us, whatever being created men and women actually created us to be together. So here's what we're going to do. I should have turned off the intro. I will go back there. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go back here.
RedPill Radio.
We'll turn off the intro. My fault. And what we're going to do is go to the slideshow. Open your book of the Ricorian to chapter 2, verse 8. Why women are running wild in the streets. Male economic displacement. And like I say, this is going to be a class tonight. This is not a regular class in case you thought you were in the 6th grade. This is a master class. And this is a master class. And so that is what's so special about this live, and you will not find this anywhere else. You can search any platform. There's only one Ricky, and there's only one way I can show you like this. So let's start this thing after you've heard what you heard, and I said all the bullshit that I said. All right, male economic displacement. How women entering the workforce reshape marriage and relationships in America. Number 1, the shift. Women rapidly entered the labor force in the 1970s onwards. Now, yes, they rapidly did it then, but I do have to give you some historical context. Women did work before that. There were different women that went out to work because they were so poor, they didn't have no choice. Their husbands could not support them. They had to just try to make more money. So they would go work at the farmer next door's plantation. And he would be like, did you bale that hay and feed them sheep and cows or whatever? And she's like, yeah. And then he'd be like, get over here and drop that neck before you go back to your husband. So yeah, your girl was out there working back then a little bit, some of you, but it wasn't to the point where it did what we have now. So in the 1940s and 50s, business owners, major corporation owners understood that we had to get these women up off their husbands because, man, there's nothing like having all these women around to do these things that we want, right? So they developed a plan. The plan was in the 1960s. It was a 1-decade plan to break our country apart. And that's what they did. So 1963, women's right to work, it was a push, an initiative to get women to enter the workforce en masse. And they cleared the way. They cleared men out of the way to where they could do that rapidly. And that's what they did. So then you have number 2, the decline. Male earnings fell 28% over 4 decades. Now, 28%, you're like, okay, they took a hit, but that hit threw off the balance of American life. Now marriages are unfavorable, right? So we'll get into that here in a minute. And 3, the reversal, right? Marriage became more of a benefit to men, more beneficial to men than to women. This is a major issue because really, the marriage should not be more beneficial to either side. Like the man does need the woman should need the man. It should be beneficial for both is my current view. I don't know how to change that based upon what I know. Number 4, the mismatch. Women demand stable partners. Fewer men qualify now. I think we know that. Women are out here like, where's all the good men? Where'd the good men go, right? Well, they consider you good if you have money. I mean, you can be a very unattractive guy, but if you got money, she's still going to deal with you. And that's just how women are. They're here for money and lifestyle. They're the ones who are supposed to be prettier and look like that. Most women kind of know that by nature and default. Number 5, the fallout. Marriage rates collapse, right? Single parent homes rise. We can all see the rise in baby mama culture, single mothers, all of that stuff, guys. That's what this is about. So here's what we're going to do. While we're here, that's just slide number 1, because this gets really interesting. So let's move to slide number 2 here. Women surpass men in education and earnings. And this is a horrible indicator of where our country is at. Now, the historical reversal, marriage now benefits men more than women. All right. They say it should be weighed the other way. I think it should be even, but that's cool. Excuse me. Education gap. 57% of college degrees now go to women. Okay. 36% of young men have bachelors versus 46% of women. So you can see women are getting more bachelor's degrees than guys. Women attend college more. And then here goes a dramatic shift and change, a 2x, right? Women outpace men in graduate enrollment. Graduate enrollment is when you have your bachelor's or whatever, but you're like, I'm going to go back, for my master's, or I'm going to go back for, PhDs and stuff like that. Women are overdoing it because they're over competitive with men. They want to over compete with the men because they just desire to, it's their desire. They always feel like they're behind from birth, and in childhood, they see you being stronger, faster, smarter, funnier, and they just want to find a way to beat you. It's unfortunate. It's very sick because our women aren't taught their true value. They don't have to compete with us. We don't want to compete with them, right? But they're never taught that. They're taught that they should compete with us. So this is the outcome, the destruction of our country. I hope you're understanding and picking up what I'm putting down. This is so vital to all of your lives. There's no one in our country who is not affected. Excuse me. There is no one in our country that is not affected by this. Now, here's the other side of the coin here. The other side of the page, marriage economics reversed, right? Man, this is crazy. 1970s, marriage gave women a 20+% economic boost. Now, they say marriage does not benefit them. Why? Because the guys aren't making money anymore. And it's not, gentlemen, it's not your fault. So I don't want you to feel bad. And ladies, honestly, this is not your fault. This is your nature that they've taken advantage of. This problem is caused by the powers that be. We'll talk more about that in a minute because I do have a whole chart on how they benefit. Trust me, Ricky's got this whole breakdown for you. 2007, marriage, as of 2007, marriage gave men a 60% economic boost. So even by 2007, which is damn near 20 years ago, if you were a man looking for marriage, she was already the breadwinner by then. Man. Okay, now, women married corporations. That's the problem that I'm trying to explain to you. Women married corporations instead of American men, guys. This is the bottom line problem. And men became, instead of men being vital, because right now to this day, every man will tell you, yeah, women are vital unless he's some weird, I don't deal with weird dudes. But most men will tell you, hey, yes, my woman, having a woman, access to women is vital for us, right, as men. So we really have to understand that. Now, to end this slide here, because I do have 8 slides left of pure knowledge and information that nobody else can give you. So while people out there talking like they're the king of the red pill or something, please spare me the bullshit. Ricky's always the king. I've always been king since I came up, and you know it, gentlemen. And there's another guy out here who calls himself the king of kings because he knew I was the king, sir. But nah, you can't do what Ricky do on no day. But anyway, let me continue. Actually, I'm going to change up something on the screen here. Give me 1 second. We're going to get rid of little Ricky so we can finish the bottom of this. So here's what it is, guys. The key insights just from this portion. Wow, what a great show we have going on right now. Women married corporations for security, right? Instead of marrying men, once again, be clear. Change how you think about this and how you look about this in your mind. The reason that you guys can't get any true respect and things seem like they're off and women are acting crazy is because they're already married, guys. They are married to companies that pay them. Company owners have enough money. Corporation owners, they have enough money to pay these women hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of these women make millions, okay? And they can pay many hundreds of thousands of women to do this. Look at Amazon, right? Who threatened a few years ago to hire 200,000 BLK women. He's going to hire a bunch of black women, knowing what that would do to the community. But anyway, women married corporations for security. The economic value of a husband collapsed when companies offer the same paycheck, benefit, and stability. Tell me I am not cooking right now, bro. All the things she used to need from you as a man, she now gets from men who own companies. But it's an open relationship because he can't take her out to dinner. The corporation owner can't give her children. See what I'm saying? So what do we have? We have hookup culture and baby mama culture because of this. Hands down, no doubt about what America's number one problem is. But let's continue, because I guess, I'm just feeling like you're like not convinced yet that Ricky is spitting all facts all day. And maybe some of you don't want to face the truth on why we have our economic problems in our country, why the marriages are falling apart, why people don't want to get married. All of this stuff is exactly what I'm telling you here. There's nobody else that's bringing you this. I know it, but go ahead and act like this isn't the fierest shit you ever heard. Male earnings decline and marriage collapse. Economic stability is the number one predictor of whether men get married. Once again, let me repeat that, guys. In case there is anyone here that is not able to pick this up, economic stability is the number one predictor of whether men get married. And you say, well, Ricky, that's simple. Well, if it's simple, why are we sitting around accepting women in the workplace? That is the bottom line. That is the problem in our country. We did not have a crime rate until this happened. I've done another show, and I will do another show. I've done another show, I'm sorry. And I will do another show about that. The comparison between the correlation between women entering the workplace and American men entering prisons. The numbers and the way it follows each other is absolutely staggering. And this is something I discovered years ago. Nobody talks about it. That's why Ricky is king. I am the ultimate scientist in this field, but let's continue. Median male earnings over the 4 decades, as we discussed earlier, 28% deficit. Marriage rate for median income men went from 91% to 64%. And most of the other men are unattractive, okay, economically. The cause and effect chain. I don't totally agree with this part, but it is here. It is a part of it, but it's not the full story. Manufacturing decline, male specific labor demand shocks, okay. Earning stagnation. Now, in the 1970s, we did have a economic situation called stagflation. So they're saying earning stagnation, and that does go together. There was company job loss because they didn't care about American families and men. They shipped our jobs overseas. We started dealing with China, and that's what made them such a world power now, because we gave them we've given everybody in the world, women, gee whiz. We've given women the power from our men. We've given foreign countries and their workers the power over our men. And that's all because our greedy, selfish, feminine ass politicians here in this country do not want any competition from American men. They'd rather see you put on a dress, some makeup, some high heels, and play like you're a goddamn woman, and you know it. That is exactly what's going on. They don't want any competition. They want to sit up there with billions and billions of dollars and have access to millions and millions of American women. And they're some things I can't even say. We know what they're into. You saw the Epstein files, right? I know what needs to happen, but we'll talk about that later. So what happened? So what happened there? The earnings stagnation led to marriage market collapse. Women avoid economically unstable men. Shit. Let me say that again. I guess I'm the goofy one not knowing the facts and the truth. Once again, women avoid economically unstable men. Like, duh. Like family. Okay, here's the next part, man. This is crazy. Family instability. Single parent households surge. So hold on. You mean that even though women are avoiding the men because they're broke, they still go and get D from these men so they can have children, or they trick men into relationships so they can have a child, then they get rid of the man? What? This can't be true, Ricky. What are you saying? All facts, all day. Man, I don't even know. I'm talking so fast because I want to just give you all of this information that I have, because I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what's going on, and I'm so tired of us being fooled by the bullshit that they're doing to us. Right here at the very bottom, I might have to remove little Ricky again because he's always in the way of my stuff. Like, little Ricky, get out the way, bro. Well, that's not him. All right, here we go. So here it is. If marriage rates today equaled those of the 1980s, right? Family income growth would be 44% higher. So everybody's like, I hear a lot of people saying, well, we have to work and they both have to work. I hear women making this excuse that the man and the woman both have to work in this economy. No, if your ass got out the workplace, ma'am, men would have jobs, make more money, and company owners would have to pay men more. See, guys, let me say one thing real quick. I got to get back on this screen and get this in your ear. Hold on. I'm talking so goddamn fast, I don't know what to do. Listen to me. There was a time in American history where you would see when a company started treating the workers unfairly, if the pay wasn't good, men would get in the streets, they would picket. We had what was called unions. We had all of this stuff. But once the women flood the workplace, we don't have strikes anymore, right? Number one, we don't have strikes. Workers don't go on strike. Have you noticed that? You never see strikes in America anymore. Why? Because the women are always like, we'll do whatever. We'll do the job even if they don't want to do it. So y'all ninjas be outside trying to be on picketing and striking, and the women walk right up into business because they're still going to go in there and drop neck for the boss, for the goddamn boss. We can't even go on strike. We can't have unified men saying we want to be treated fairly. All that's gone away. So now all you got is sissies in the workplace and doing weird shit and keeping real men down on a daily goddamn basis. Nobody can be treated fairly. We get low wages in our country. That's why nobody can afford nothing. And they jack up the price of everything. Bro, I know other creators aren't telling you this shit like I'm telling you or bringing you none of this like this. So it's whatever. But let's open up let's open the book of Recorian back up. Chapter 2, verse 8. How they've been fucking up our country and got ninjas out here, men going to prison and graveyards and all of this. Disgusting. And I can't wait for the day we change this, but it's not going to change unless people like me, me and some other people who have their own skill set because they can't do what I do. But anyway, here's the next one. Shockingly enough. I'll in the chat right there, guys, I will get to some things in a minute. I just want to spit through this lesson, man, because it got me fired up. I'm so pissed off about what's going on with us in this country. I'm so tired of our young men and women going through what they go through and what the older generations, I'm part of the older generation, what we have to go through. I'm tired of what they're doing to the American people. And I'm trying to explain tonight the number one problem in our country. There is no problem with crime and all that other shit, smugs and whatever. These things aren't a problem. They're outcomes from the one thing that we did wrong, and that's put women in the workplace. If we fight to get that changed, you will see crime in our country drop dramatically. If we change that law, you will see marriages left and right. Because come on, let's use logical common sense. If you take women out the workplace and they can't go get money like that and make it illegal for them to sell their backsides on these streets, what are they going to do the next day? They're going to go find a husband and sit the fuck down and stop running their mouth on this bullshit, dividing us, conquering families. You're destroying the men, the children. It's too much. But let me not get too sidetracked here. Here's slide number 4 out of 10. Women married corporations instead of men. Once again, that is the perfect statement. American women married corporations instead of men. Gentlemen, this is why they don't love and respect you, because they're already married. It's like running into a woman at the gas station or at the grocery store. She's already married to a guy who's giving her $100K a year to be his wife. But you want to steal her from that? Now, she may come have sex with you because he's not giving her a baby, all right? And no D. But her financial status is coming from him. So she's married. She's confident about it. She loves it. That's what they want. That's why when women go to work, it's not the same as when men go to work. Women married corporations instead of American men. Women's right to work gave them the ability to do that. That is why we're in trouble. They're hands down. This is the only problem our country has. We don't have another problem. If you put men back in power, give them money. Women are valued for what's under their skin, not for what goddamn job they got. We don't care about that shit. But anyway, they traded their husbands for companies is what happened. And the marriage market collapsed. Now, here's a before and after, or a before and now. And yes, all the information on my screen and your screen is up to date until about last week. So 2026, right? Before, why? Women married, all right? Financial security required a husband. Limited job opportunities Well, okay, I guess I should number this down in case you're not watching and you may be listening. Financial security required having a husband if you wanted to be financially secure. Limited job opportunities for women existed. Social expectations and economic necessity. Okay, this is why they married. This is the list here, guys, is why women married in the past. And marriage equaled a survival strategy. If a woman wanted to survive and have a great life in this world, in the past, what that means is she had to marry a man. Now, her survival strategy, she marries one. They marry one man who owns a company, and they're all married to the company. I'll ask you a quick question. When women go to colleges and universities, do you think they're going there because they're trying to learn how to be a great wife and mother to you and your children? No. She's going there to be a great wife to a company. She wants to learn how to be trainable and groomed into somebody. But then if you get her as a man and you try to train her and groom her into being a great wife, you're a goddamn groomer. Tell me when I'm lying tonight. Please let me know. Now, all facts, all day. That's what's up. Now, married to the company. Here's the situation we have now. Corporations provide the paycheck, which is her financial stability. Companies offer benefits and security. These are all the things she used to get from a husband. Am I lying? A husband is no longer the provider. Gee, man, look. This shit breaks my heart. The American man is no longer the provider for women. They've consolidated marrying our women. Can you understand what's going on? Because I swear, this is why they try to silence Ricky all day. I'm the only one. They're like, these other red pillers telling you how to spit game and monetize dating market, and you're weirdos for that. You guys aren't RP. You guys are weird. Everything about you. That's why you all hated on me when I came out, but I'm always facts, and you cannot top nothing I'm saying. I promise you, all day. Weird ass dudes. Anyway, a husband is no longer the provider, okay? Men become optional, not essential. Once again, you can string this all together if you're just picking up what I'm putting down. Instead of being the essential husbands we used to be, and instead of them being the essential wives, the game has now been corrupted. The game has been corrupted to the point where, I might want a husband. Like a goddamn bracelet, she might wear your ass like a husband, bro. The fuck's going on? Insane. The result here on slide number 4 is women married corporations for security, making American men, I think that says economically irrelevant in the household. Let's see. Economically irrelevant to the household. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the next slide because I'm triggered like a mob. Oh. Woo! Let's go. How company owners, oh, this is a great one. How company owners and elites benefit. It's the company owners and elites who benefit here, guys. That's why the American men have not shit. We have to be overworked. We pass away early. We're underpaid, and we always have to settle for a woman that's 1/3 of the woman we really should be with. Tell me when I'm lying. Gee whiz. Here we go. The elites and the company owners benefit. The real winners, and it says right here, check this out, bro. I cannot make this shit up. R.I.P. Kevin Samuels, bro. The real winners when women married corporations instead of men. The elite profit model. The elite profit model. All right. Double the labor supply drove down wages across the board. Well, duh, if I'm a guy with one woman and she's like not really, doing what I say, when she finds out I got other women that like me, of course, well, I'm going to have more leverage and I'm going to get more out of them for less, right? That's just human nature, common economics. It drove down wages across the board. So yeah, when you have two people in the workplace fighting for the same position, I used to pay $40 an hour for somebody to do this position right here. Now, what do? I pay your ass $20 an hour. I cut the pay in half because there's two of you fighting for the same position. Do the math. That's what's going on. And we're all suffering because of it. We were wage slaves before, but now it's extended to impoverished wage slaves. I will say real quick, if you make less than $140,000 a year, you live in what's called abject poverty in America. Just to let you know that 140, and that sounds crazy, but look it up. All right. So cheaper labor costs is number 2 on how these companies and elites benefit from dividing the man and the woman by putting women in the workplace. They have a cheaper labor cost, right? So anybody who runs business knows that a big part of your expense is going to be labor, and you want to try to reduce that. That's probably fair. But the problem is when you put women in the workplace and you create the situation and you have a cheaper labor cost by doing that, you're destroying the men's ability to have families, create families, and support them. Therefore, you're destroying marriages, therefore destroying our country. More workers competing equals lower salaries for everyone. Well, the women are happy to have a lower salary as long as they can be independent of men, correct? And that's why. So the thing is, like, for a woman to be successful, all she has to do is pay her own goddamn rent and take care of herself, right? For a man to be considered successful in America, he has to, if he just takes care of himself, he's considered a loser. He has to be able to take care of himself, a woman, children, all of this shit, and maybe extended family in order for him to be considered successful. So that's why these wages don't work for American men, and women find these men unattractive. Now, number 3, 2-income trap. Yeah, we've heard of that before, right? Families now need 2 incomes, locking both into the workforce. Good Lord. My goodness. Thank you for joining me here tonight on I got to slow down. I'm going to get overheating over here. Like I'm leaking. It's a class 3 leak. Shit got me heated and triggered, boy. I love it though. I love sharing this information with you guys. 100.3, man, Red Pill Radio. Just trying to find new ways to bring you guys information. This is amazing. We're on slide number 5 out of 10. So we're halfway through. Okay. So after this slide, I'll take a quick break. And then we'll come back. But let me finish this slide off for you. So number 4 is the double tax base. Government revenue exploded without raising rates. 2 people in the workforce means double the taxation, right? So instead of taxing one check for work, your husband's check, now the woman and the man's check get taxed. It's pretty incredible. The things that they have done to us, but I won't go too deep into any of those issues because it would take too long. We have too many slides to cover. Now, later on, guys, what I will do, I'm going to come back on other videos and we're going to have whole shows about each slide. This is basically the introductory show showing you how well I have all of this broken down. This is hard work doing what I do, but I can, I assure you there is not one other creator, all these fake ass red pillars. I'm so tired. I'm done with it. And I just found a way now to really show you what's up with Ricky. So number 5, consumer spending doubled. 2 earners equal 2 spenders, right? Okay. Not because she's like, I can make my own money. I spend it how I want. And they say that your money's my money, his money, my money, his in my pocket. That's what they do equals more corporate profit. So they found a way to increase their corporate profits by making sure they keep money in the woman's hands. Because guys, when men have money in their hands, we don't fucking spend money like that. We save, we build. We're way more frugal than them. But even if you look at money that's spent in America, the most current statistic that I saw, 83% of American spending is women spending or spending on women. And that's a fact. Nothing gets spent on men. Men rarely do or buy anything for themselves, particularly if they're in a relationship. But let's continue. Let's see, where are we at? Number 6, that was consumer spending double. Yes. Number 6, destroyed unions and bargaining power. I just talked about this earlier. We used to have, destroyed the bargaining power and unions. We used to have workers that went on strike, right? Surplus labor weakened worker leverage. So if you have too many workers, workers used to have leverage. You used to be able to tell the company, hey, we're going on strike. We don't like how you're treating us. And without us, your business will not run. Well, nowadays that doesn't work anymore. That's why we don't have unions like we used to. There's still some unions, but not like we used to. And workers can't go on strike the same and force companies and corporations to treat them well, because as soon as the men say that, you're going to have The gay workers aren't going to stand with the men. The female workers are going to be like, I don't know nothing about all this aggression. You guys are being aggressive. You're trying to stand up and fight. They ain't going to fucking do that. Yeah, lady, that's you.
And that's you.
So this is the problem that we're having, guys. Number 7, it created permanent workforce dependency. Once you put this pressure on the American people, they're dependent upon the man and the woman working, and no one can afford to leave the situation. And that is heartbreaking. So we're going to fix it. And because it's going to start one at a time. Maybe Ricky just has to reach one person at a time. I know what's going on, but we're really going to try to fix this. We are. So let me get rid of little Ricky again. And so we can get to the key insights on slide number 5. And then we'll take a quick break and I'll be back. The elites didn't liberate women. Oh my gosh. What did you say? Oh my God. Okay, key insight here on slide number 5. Boy, there's some real shit going down in here tonight, boy. I'm glad you guys are here for this shit. The elites didn't liberate women. They recruited them. Oh, fuck no.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Golly. The realest shit on the internet right now at this moment. Men lost their economic role. Facts all day. Facts. Oh my gosh. And corporations gained permanent dependent labor class. And that's a fact. Woo! Catch my breath. Boy, what's going on, man? Hey, DJ. 100.3 Red Pill Radio. Sick stuff. What we're going to do, guys, real quick, we're going to take a break. I don't know that I only got 3 that are ours here. This is some incredible information, and we're halfway through the slideshow. That was 5 slides right there. I tried to say it quickly, but I get triggered and then my feminine feels about this stuff. So glad you guys are here, ladies and gentlemen. The ladies that come over, I know a few of the ladies from TikTok have been over here. Thank you guys for being here also. But what I want to do is I'm going to drink some more of my Monster Energy so I can talk even faster. Go get your Monster Energy today. I'm definitely going to give them as a sponsor so I can pass out like Kevin did. But here's what we'll do. We'll go to Ricky Who Hurt You, and we'll be back after this. It's 100.3 Red Pill Radio. Let's go.
Red Pill Radio.
Red Pill Radio.
Ricky on Red Pill Radio.
Yo, facts though.
100.3's Red Pill Radio.
Who hurt you, making you bite hard rude. You gave your best to someone who never knew what to do. Yeah. It gets under your skin. I can see the way it moves, but you still stand tall, even when the world misuses you. Did they even deserve you? I know it unnerves you, but you rise like you always do. Yeah, that's what girls do. They love hard and they see it through. Who hurt you? You were built to make it through.
Red Pill Radio.
Red Pill Radio.
Ricky on Red Pill Radio.
Yo, facts though.
100.3's Red Pill Radio.
Red Pill Radio.
Red Pill Radio.
Ricky on Red Pill Radio.
Yo, facts though.
100.3's
We back.
Red Pill Radio.
Yeah, we are back. Thank you for holding on. The two of you that held on through the break. You know, it's a thing, man. I'm here. Heated topic tonight for me, man. It gets my heart because I've been fighting this good fight for years, and I face a lot of people trying to tell me that I'm wrong or that somehow my science is incorrect, but it's not. You know, when I first came out on YouTube, I was it was Ricky Red Pill researcher. I was new, wet behind the ears. I was green, but I was still right. You know, the whole time I knew I was right. I knew my science was right. But then people like Rollo Tomasi hated on me, right? People like Coach Greg Adams hated on me. But thanks, Coach. I did get a few sound effects from you also. And I got some from Fresh and Fit, who was also haters of me. But none of you can do what I do. That's what I'm saying. I've always been the king. And I came out 2022 stating that I was the king of Red Pill. And I knew I was. And I said it on a major podcast. And all of them went against me. And MTR, I'm sorry, I left you out, MTR. You did it too. You put my name in your mouth and you talk shit and you couldn't understand real Red Pill. And that's what I was here to bring. I was here to tell you like the truth, not in your feelings because you're hurt by women. Yes, I'm hurt too. I'm not even hurt by the women. I had to, through my science, it's not the women's fault. They didn't even do this. This comes from a political and elite level. That's who did it, right? But you're out here still talking that shit and being disrespectful, weird. You got one guy out here explaining how we should all just share the women and I can have her at 7:00 tonight, and then by 9 or 10 she's gonna be over there with you and we can share them. And you call yourself a man. The fuck are you talking about? If I brought you, you're gonna waller. Listen. How are you straight? You're going to wallow around in the same woman some other dude just wallowed around in. Really think about if you're straight or not, bro. You guys are just weird, and I'm tired of it. And, excuse me, I will never stop fighting this good fight for real men out here who don't want to share bitches with you, you fucking weirdo. Who don't want to get sloppy seconds from you or any other guy. I'm with the woman because I don't like man juice. Ninja. I'm with the woman because I earn her love or personal possession to myself. She's with me, maybe for the same reason. She wouldn't be sharing things. You know how this works. You guys are weird. I heard a Red Pill guy. Oh, it was Myron from Fresh and Fit about 2-3 days ago. Some of you may have seen the video. He's on here talking about that you're gay if you live with a woman. You're gay if you live with your wife, bro. And then went on to say what's going to make you a better man, a harder, stronger, great man, because iron sharpens iron. You need to live with your homies.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And these are your Red Pill guys. These are the guys that you all are looking at like they are the king of this. Even when Kevin Samuels was alive, and I'm going to be honest, I mean, even when he was alive, I knew he had a lot of views. I knew different things like that were going on, and I appreciated what he was doing. He was trying to do good work. I just didn't like that he was trying to focus on the BLK community because I think that community is cooked. I don't think there's any way any of us can save it. If you're black, please get out. It's a trap for a reason, right? But I knew that 95% of the stuff Kevin said was real. It was true. But then there was like a 5% I couldn't agree with because I know the science. I knew even when I wasn't a creator and I was just a Red Pill researcher and a scientist, I knew that the things these guys were saying, and some of the ladies too, there was a lot of ladies in the game too, there still is, that they were telling you the wrong shit. I knew they were lying. or for whatever reason, maybe they didn't know, maybe they didn't have the knowledge, I do have a tactic called the Ricorian. That's why I have you open up your book of the Ricorian. The Ricorian is why I know the things I know. It's why I know more than them. It's why I've always known more than them. And I can't help it. I prayed for this. God gave me a gift. I spent 8 months in the mountains praying for this purpose and for God to put together what my purpose would be in life. It happens to men. We find our purpose, and that's what you follow. And right now, we will get back to getting views. I'm just kind of getting used to the live stream thing, as you guys know, and trying to give you a live stream setup that you're comfortable with. But it's pretty ridiculous. But let's get back to the main show. All right. And for those of you who missed it, I don't know if some of you guys were here. Yeah, KS was a little sus. I believe he was sus. He came off very feminine to me. There's no doubt about that. I'm not sure. I think some men may be just naturally feminine. He did seem to, even on a night he passed away, I think he was with a real woman. I'm not sure. These guys, man, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. All the suspect shit, I just want to be comfortable where I know it's real man stuff going down, bro. Cause I just can't fully call it. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to go back to the shorts page here, and we're going to listen to this awful, disgusting witch of a woman one more time, so we can get context on why we're covering this and what it means. All right. And we'll give her a quick listen. If I can reset her video, maybe not. Okay. I guess I can't. There it is. Let's go.
Historically, women needed men because that's how the oppression structure was set up. We were hostages. We could.
Now notice she says women's oppression. Oh, hold on a second. I'm looking in the comments. Okay, we're going to get to your comments in a minute because these are some good ones. I see it. I see you there, Simply Deep. Okay, so here we go. When she's talking about women's oppression. Guys, women have never been oppressed. And let me go further here. In American history, they were saying it's not the word oppression. There was another word, another thing they said they went through. Was it oppression? It may be oppression. I can't remember right now, man. I'm failing on that one. But they act like they've been through so much. At the same time, they say that they were going through all this. Men were passing away in mass rates at work. The death, excuse me, I'm not on TikTok. Okay, I can say it on YouTube. The death rate for men versus women in America was a 3 or 4 to 1. I can't remember which one, but men were passing away like 3 or 4 men for every woman that passed away. But women were like, women are passing away. They're being abused. Okay. It was a tough time in America. Children at this time period in American history where they say they were oppressed and all of that stuff, right? Damn, there is another word that I'm missing. Maybe you guys can put it in the comments. All right. Put it in the chat if you know the word I'm looking for. It's maybe not oppression. There's another word. But what happened was, even with children at this time period in American history, you couldn't even name your child till they were 2, 3, or 4 years old, because most children, you had to know that they were even going to make it that far, bro, that they were going to live that long. But women still complain, no matter what they complain. And so they act like we had it worse. You didn't have it worse. You didn't have to go to those workplaces like the men and go to the wars and lose your life trying to build America and lose your life because we weren't established and children had a harder time. You weren't. Oh, just frustrating. But anyway, let's hear her bullshit.
Couldn't have credit cards, couldn't own property, couldn't vote, had no voice. Well, of course we'd partner up with a man because we
couldn't have credit cards, couldn't have property, couldn't vote. Well, let's start with the vote part. Ma'am, why the fuck do you need to vote? Voting is a leadership measure. Voting is something that you do to help the group. Okay? Voting is something that leads our people. So as a woman, your basic nature is, and we all know this, is going to be selfish. You're going to care about yourself, right? You don't care about the group. That's why you run when shit goes on instead of trying to defend everyone, right? So the group, a leadership measure, something that's of leadership should be the men voting. I don't know fully why we did this. I know it's, political and there's money involved and crooked politicians. And this is what we have to change. We need a new system, a governmental system. Credit cards. Why would you need a credit card? If you have a husband like you're supposed to have, He gives you money or credit card to use. Why do you need your own? Because you want to be married to companies instead of men, and you destroy our country by doing that. But let's continue. It's too much.
We needed one so that we didn't starve to death because men used force to keep us under their thumb. Now, fortunately, things have evolved, and guess what? We don't need men. So if it comes to being in a relationship, it's a matter of bringing...
Wrong again. Golly. You do need men. It's just the men that you're leaning on and needing now are corporate business owners. If he's a billionaire that has a company and he hires 100,000 women, all of you women are married to him. And yes, you need him. Super frustrating, but let's continue.
Something to the table. And if what you're bringing to the table is a toddler-like mentality where you are...
Okay, so now she's talking shit, calling men toddlers with toddler-like mentality, when honestly, most women don't mature mentally and emotionally past the age of goddamn 14. They grow bigger, their breath gets nastier, and, things get larger. But the honest truth is, that, the maturity level, you're just sitting here being mean and nasty talking about men, but you say it's a toddler mentality, but actually if he had a bunch of money, like the whole subject of this live stream right now, if he had good money, you would not be saying that. You would be dropping neck and shutting the fuck up. And I know that's facts, but let's go.
Are running around, running amok, expecting a mommy and expecting some kind of subordinate,
Expecting a mommy. Whew. Cold-blooded. This is what we're dealing with, guys. And honestly, to tell you the truth, every woman that I run into has this same thought process and mentality as her. She articulates it better, but they actually think like she thinks. And even the young women, what has me really heartbroken here is that our younger women are dealing with this. By the time they exit high school, I used to think it was college, right? We used to think it was college indoctrination. Now, for some reason, I think it's the teachers, the system. Our youngest girls have this mentality. It's crazy. They're already there.
Concubine kind of setup. No woman wants that. So of course you see so many men who are single because they've never realized that they need to actually be tolerable individuals. And as a result, they are single because nobody wants your of course.
Woo! I'm going to stop her there because I can't listen to no more of this bullshit. We're going to go back to the slideshow and finish it up. We have 5 slides left. So what I need everybody to do, I guess we're here. Okay, we didn't have to open up the book this time. That works. All right. We were on slide 5. Now we're moving on to slide 6. Here we go. We can possibly bring back little Ricky so he can present to you. There he is. All right. Slide number 6 here, guys, in this masterclass lesson we're giving tonight in a long-ass live stream I didn't think would be this goddamn long. 100.3 Red Pill Radio. Thank you for joining me anyway. Labor competition and male displacement. Women flooding the labor market introduced massive job competition in lower level sectors. So what they mean, guys, by lower level sectors is you don't have to have a high level college degree. You're not a doctor. You may wait some tables and that destroys men, or you may have to wash some dishes. They're going to have women do like, for example, when you go to the bank, you cannot tell me most banks you go into, you're not going to see mostly women working in that motherfucker, bro. Bruh. You be like, golly. It's just women have taken over the jobs. I believe the rate is 57%, but we'll find that out in a minute. So here it is. On the left side of your screen, you have the competition effect. 1950s, women equaled 34% of the labor force. Now, a lot of this would be menial things or lower level jobs. It really didn't affect us as much. It seemed like they could get out and do things. But of course, it wasn't a great time because they were sampling what they could do, right? So some business owners, he'd have a local business, 2 or 3 women in there. Some of them are married, some of them are young girls. And he found out he's getting sniffs of that ass. And he's like, I need more of this in my life. He's married with an old, ugly wife. And he's like, I need these women around me. And this is why they changed the law so they can dramatically change everything and get women in their face every day so they could have access. They don't just want money. They want money that they can use to have access to female bodies. So that's a big deal. That's what happened here. As of 2024, women equal 57% of the labor force. Now, this dramatic over 20% change shifts everything. The result was lowered earnings for non-college men. So for the men who didn't go to college, they just earned less money and they were kicked out of more jobs because it's female dominated. Employers, like I say, and the managers, they're weak. They want to be around these women and hire women to do the jobs that men traditionally did, right? As labor supply doubled in their sectors, right? So the labor supply doubles when you bring all these women in there, half men, half women, and they're going to lower the rates of pay. And that's how you got most Americans to be impoverished. That's what happened. Wasn't the case in the 40s, 50s, 30s, but let's continue. The consequences: male wages stagnated in service and manufacturing. Men pushed out of traditional breadwinner roles. So now the men used to be the breadwinner, where your wife would love and respect you, and you would, love and respect her. You submitted to her by going to work. But then you come home now, she don't submit to you by dropping that neck. Things have changed. Decline in male employment reduces marriage rates. Well, yes, women don't want to marry you now because you're not making the money that she expects you to make. And then she turns around and acts like you're not shit when she doesn't actually see that she's the one in the workplace taking away money and opportunities from men. So it's like girl math. They can't see what's really going on. And yeah, there we go. Suffrage. That is the word, suffrage. Exactly. Thank you, Simply Deep. The word is suffrage. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Exactly. Thank you. And so the decline in male employment reduces fertility rates, right? Or no, where are we at? Oh, the marriage rates. I'm sorry. Decline in male employment reduces marriage rates is where we're at. And yes, the women do not, because they want to get married to money. That's what women marry. Men marry women at skin level and internally. Women marry men at skin level and externally. They look at you and say, would they ever let you in anyway? Would they ever really make love to you? And then they need to see how much money you got to see how deep this can really go. That's how they operate. So when you make less money, American men, because of these laws that the government has passed, now we all suffer. That's why we have the marriage rate decline. So people will be like, the marriage rates are down. What do we do? I'm telling you all the time, every day, we only have one problem in our country. It is women's right to work. Once again, I know you're so scared to take this away, but it's something that we gave and we pushed in 1963. It was wrong. We made a mistake. If you make a mistake making a goddamn law, you know what's possible to do? Overturn it, change it, abolish it. There's so many, I don't even like the word on this, but we can get rid of that law of women's right to work and give women who are in the workplace grace periods. Find you a husband, go sit down, because that's also the same grace period we're going to take to get men back into the workforce, back into their rightful position as the breadwinners of their families, so we can once again have families. Does this making sense yet, or am I fucking just talking shit out here? Like, what is going on? All right. We also have, after that, a decline in male unemployment. A decline in male employment also reduces fertility rates. Well, of course, if you're not married, like back in the day, everybody remembers we had these big families. It's like, oh, they got 5 kids. They got 9 kids over there. That's because the woman wasn't in the workplace and the father made all the money, and he, they just kept having a big family. He could support it. Shit. In 1945, a milkman, ninja delivering milk, a milkman could support a wife, a big family, and all that. And that's all gone away now. Now if you're a milkman, the only thing you're going to be able to do is you better find 4 other goddamn jobs. Because that shit ain't going to work no more. Women entering the workplace destroyed men's ability to have a family and support it. The last one on this one, non-marital births increased. Yes, because, guys, once again, just because men don't make enough money to be viable husbands to them, they still need your seed because they still want goddamn children. That's why they do the hookup culture, busting ass everywhere, trying to get you guys, getting somebody skeet, somebody give me a baby. The clock be ticking. I've been out here. I've seen and I'm going to be honest, man, whatever. I've seen the ugliest goddamn women walking around here with children. And I'd be sitting there thinking, who busted that shit in you? That is phenomenal to me. Who did this? Who gave you a child? And then you find the dude and he don't even look that bad. You'd be like, what? It's because they put us in this position where dudes are so desperate. Oh, it's disgusting, bro. If we don't change this law, I don't know what's going to happen. But anyway, let's get little Ricky out the way so we can read the bottom, because it's probably going to piss me off even more. MBER finding declines in male employment directly reduce marriage rates of fucking course. Let's see. It's the marriage rates and fertility. Yes. And that's what we're looking at. Confirming economic stability as a prerequisite for family formation. Yes, economic stability is the prerequisite, and I'm glad that this study and many others have proven that. So now that we know this information, what are we going to do to change our situation? Because this is the only thing that has destroyed our country. Once again, it isn't high crime rates or baby mama culture or smugs. You know, it's none of that stuff. It's not drug traffickers and any of that. It's only one thing: women's right to work. And I'm going to be the first person to stand on this fully forever until they pass me away, which I know they're going to try, bro. They don't try. Okay. They hate the truth. And this is the scientific. There's no way. Do you see every slide I got all data sources, everything you could ever want. I am the king of this, bro. Everything I'm telling you is the factual truth. You can debate me till you're goddamn blue in the face. You ain't gonna fucking win it, bro. I'm that guy. Bruh. Anyway, the marriageable men problem. And this is the problem. American men aren't marriageable anymore. So let's explore this point. All right. So women, it says marriageable men problem. Women face shortage of economically stable partners. And that is so goddamn true. They're looking around, looking for guys with money, and they can't find it. So they're sharing. Then they find a guy with it, but he got 17 other chicks on his roster, bro. And she ready to ride that carousel with the rest of the women. It is crazy. So the shortage of economically attractive men. That's the problem. They can find plenty of guys who are broke but look good, but they can't fully invest in that. They'll let him pipe and all that other stuff, but they can't fully invest in a guy like that. What women require, okay? Stable employment, income above poverty thresholds, consistent earning trajectory, and no criminal record. They generally want to require that, okay? Although we know some things can be alternative on that, right? What they find, now this is what women are finding in today's society: rising male unemployment, stagnant or declining wages that men receive, and fewer college educated men, growing economic instability. These are all facts all day, right? And who else is going to tell you this, bro? It is so crazy. We're going nuts tonight. Census data. Here's some census data. Large deficits of economically attractive men appear across U.S. marriage markets. And that is the sad story that we're seeing. The country and women have a large deficit of economically attractive men. She's not with you because you're cute, bro. Women don't marry because you got good pipe. They're not doing that. You best to have your money right. And you can't. And I don't blame you guys. The average American man cannot have his money right. Are some men successful? Yes. A lot of us got successful, but we've currently crunched some numbers, and it appears to be that 11% of American men can actually have that great life, although he still risks the divorce traps and stuff like that. So how do you look at that? If you have 10 kids, right? If you have 10 sons, that 11 of them, if you have 10 sons, that one of them stands a chance to have that great, perfect life. The rest of them are going to struggle out here. That is really a bad place to be. But anyway, I'm going to move on to the next slide, bro. I'm just like, this pisses me off. I'm triggered about it. Super triggered. I'm triggered. And I'm in my feminine feels. So here we go. Here we have economic shocks hit men the hardest. Manufacturing decline and male-specific labor shocks devastated earnings and family formation. So if you devastate, once again, if you devastate, Jesus. If you devastate male earnings, you're going to devastate American families. That's how countries work. You have to give your men money in order for them to start families, attract the right women, they can start families, and they have to make enough money to have multiple children. That's how you build population. But instead, we're trying to open up our goddamn borders, excuse me, to build population because these gentlemen have stolen. It's crazy. But we'll get into that later. Now, here's the shocks. I'm not a huge fan of this, but this is the information. Manufacturing jobs lost since 1979, 7.5 million. I don't think that's a huge number, but it is when you think of it in terms of lower class people who need certain jobs just to survive, right? I'm having throat problems tonight. Pause, no diddy. All right. Excuse me, guys, for that. Male-dominated industries hit hardest, right? Steel, auto, construction, and mining. These industries have taken a hit. And so these are other factors that are taking men out of the game in America. And instead of innovating and doing things to keep men and make it better so men can still make money and grow with the country and grow the country and innovate, basically, no. They just want to keep pocketing money and creating billionaire safe havens, right? These weren't jobs, okay? When you talk about the steel, auto, construction, and mining, these weren't jobs. They were economic foundations of marriage. And that's what a lot of us fail to see. When a lot of American men were mining, they could have families. They were considered to be middle class at least, right? Steel workers, come on, they made good money. Automotive workers, I know they made good money. You know, I was from an automotive town where there was a lot of those workers, and I can tell you they felt like they made great money, could have a wife, and support a family. And construction guys also the same way. But now, okay, things have changed. Let's just say that. The damage here. Reduced male earnings. This is the damage that this has caused. Reduced male earnings, increased male idleness. So now you see the guys just laying around, smoking their ganja, playing the video game Etsy. That's what's happened here. Increased, the guys are just, hold on, before we go to that one, number two, the increased male idleness, they're not doing nothing. If you don't give men something to shoot for, or males, something to achieve, something to grow towards, they're not going to fucking do it. If there's no great woman and family at the end of the process, what the fuck is going to motivate our young men and males to do any of this shit? Women are the motivation. It's not even money. We just want the money and the cars and the mansion for them. Like most men don't like big spaces. I say this all the time. And we can't make love to our car, bro. We want we want some bad women on our team. And so that's really what's going on. But how do you get there if you block all the ways? You fill colleges with women, you fill jobs with the women, you're demotivating the men. So they're going to sit idle, and idle men in a country, that's how your nation falls. Let me be clear about that. All right. Increased non-marital births. Of course, we covered that. A decline in male marriage value. Yes, the women don't look at our American men as valuable. Communities hollowed out. Yes, and that's why you see the loss of middle class in America, neighborhoods. Yeah, I'm not blaming women. I don't know who's blaming women. Manosphere, Hall of Fame. I'm not blaming women at all. I'm blaming the government. I don't know if you've been following me. Maybe you're not talking to me, but yeah, it's our politicians who created these laws. Women guys don't have the power to do any of this. They never took to the street with armories and shit, armaments, talking about we change these laws. Give us this. Women ain't never, bro. Women have nothing to do with this. They don't have the power. Even if they took to the streets today trying to do some shit, motherfuckers be like, sit your ass down. Yeah, women are not to blame here. What these people in the government have done is weaponize female nature against the men, therefore creating a war of the smexes so they can run off with the money. I hope you understand how this works. Maybe you weren't talking to me though. All right, so here we're going to go to the bottom. One of the sources here, and something said from it. These are Harvard findings, and shout out to Harvard. I did receive a certification from Harvard back in the day. They were good to me. When work disappears, so does the marriage market value of men, directly lowering marriage rates in the affected region. And these are all facts. It's just, bro, bottom line, once again, and I will just stress that all the way through this live, because I have 2 other lives to do tonight that are going to be way different than this. This is just the educational one where I'm breaking down a full slideshow, because I will individualize these slides for other shows. But right now, I just really want you to get the full slideshow, which is only 10 slides, but it's taking a while to get through them because we're really talking about each issue. But yes, I mean, women's right to work has destroyed this country. It has been nothing else. I cannot stress it enough. I'll stress it till the day I pass, but let's go. All right. Now we're towards the end of this slideshow. And I know you guys are so happy. Like, Ricky's just talking all night. It's not facts. He's just in his feelings. He's a piece of... Okay, though. But thank you for joining me on 100.3 Red Pill Radio. We're just chilling. I'm relaxed. I've been triggered all night, though, so I'm talking fast. Anyway, male workforce disconnection and romantic instability. Let me say that again. Male workforce disconnection and romantic instability. And this is when men detach from work, relationships collapse. Yeah, we're cooked, bro. But anyway, so what it says here on the left side of the screen, the disconnection, and then on the right side of the screen, it says relationship impact. So let's talk about the disconnection. Men not in labor force, prime ages 25 to 54. Yes, that is when you're going to be at your male peaks, really be going and being strong in there. They say it's 1 in 9. This is men not in the labor force. Okay. Age 25 to 54, 1 in 9. Prime age men are completely out of the workforce today. Men in female dominated jobs experience higher rates of relationship dissolution. Yes, because when you're in these markets, when you're working the same jobs as women and there's women all in the workplace, your job's never safe. You'll be in HR every other day if you're a real man. Workplace harassment. He's too masculine to be working here. Can you please hire more women or feminine men? You cannot survive out here. The real men are going extinct, and that's why we have so many weirdos out here today. It is a motherfucking shame. You know, but when you put women in the workplace and you make their feminine feels and their thoughts and their bullshit the standard, this is what you get. You're going to get this. You're going to get a place where men can't survive it, right? And what do you think's going to happen when all the men are gone? They've gone to prison, right? The men are gone. They've gone to graveyards, as we know has been happening dramatically since this law happened. They're turning sus and cis and all that other stuff that I don't understand as new terminologies. Divorced, homeless. They're just gone. How do we defend our country? Who's going to... You can't even have kids at a rate anymore, even if they are trying. There's just so many problems here. What is the future? Everybody just become a feminine male? What is your plan here for this? And why destroy the lives of people so you can have a life that you want? None of this makes sense. The math at any point isn't mathing. So families that have 2 boys and 2 girls is like, we're going to sacrifice the boys so that the girls can have a better life. Is that how we're thinking about this? I mean, really. But anyway, here's the relationship impact. Unemployed men equals unstable partners. Higher breakup and divorce rates. Okay. Women won't commit to men. Yeah. Who can't provide stability. Of course, that's true. Urban and this is a good one. Urban and rural communities are equally affected. And that is so goddamn true. I hear so many people talking about, well, it's just a black community thing and this and that. No, it's not. Like, this has always been an American thing. It's the American people, the people out in the country. Okay. Trying to read the comments on the side. I see you, Manosphere. Okay, I get it. The people out in rural areas, you know, the countryside, they deal with the same thing, guys. Like, you act like being broke in America is some type of black thing or something. It's everybody. I got a lot of homies of a lot of different races and colors and from all over the world. And my my white homies from the countryside is like, bro, they struggling with the same thing we are. There's no difference. That's why I say I don't do the race divide and all that stuff because I know everybody out here hurting, bro. I'm an America First guy for a reason. I'm not for your race and bullshit. I'm not here for black people and give no fuck. And I'm not here for the white people. I don't give a fuck about your race and all that bullshit. I care about the American people. Are you a good person or not is where I stand on this. So, excuse me. I think I'm under the weather all the time. But that's what it is, man. We're all affected by this. And let me move a little Ricky so we can read the bottom of this one. Finding male detachment from labor markets is directly linked to relationship instability in both urban and non-metropolitan settings. And yes, that's what I'm saying. And now for the final slide in this long ass slideshow live. Jesus, what a lesson. I hope you learned something. Maybe I just want you to leave here understanding that Ricky has solved our nation's problems. It all stems from one law. I have data tracked it back for years, and here are the results that I've been showing you all night. If you missed the live stream, go back, start over from the beginning, and learn something today that no other creator on this planet can do because Ricky is the king of the red pill, always has been. Now I can finally just bring it to your face, though. And you can swallow that. Let's go. Marriage decline rewrites the American household. And here it is. This is the conclusion, guys, to this whole thing I've been showing you. The economic shockwave didn't just change the labor force. It destroyed the institution of marriage, right? And 44% more family income would be more family income growth if than the 80s. So let me say that again because I really fucked that up, right? 44% more family income growth if marriage rates equaled what we had in the 80s. So even if you go back to the 80s and we just had those marriage rates, we would be 44% higher in income per family. So let's say that your family right now, here's how you look at this. Your family right now, it's we average bringing in 100K a year. Let's just say that. Just, my husband works or I work or something, but totally it's 100K. Now add 44% more to that. That's what the fuck happened here. Instead of being in poverty at 140 or under, you would literally be good. We would be fine, guys, if women didn't have the right to work. But go ahead and jump on Ricky in the comments. The full story. Number one, women entered the workforce at unprecedented levels in the 1970s. And that's facts. Bruh. Number two, they married corporations instead of men. And that's facts. Bruh. Trading husbands for paychecks and benefits. Boy, all day. And you wonder why we have these problems. But go ahead and keep in your feelings with the bullshit manosphere fucking talking points and red pill shit that is fake as fuck. I'm the truth here. Number three, male earnings collapsed 28%. Facts. Bruh. Men lost their economic purpose. That is true. When you take economic purpose away from men and they can't make enough to purchase a life with a great wife, a great woman, and have a family, you take away the value of your men in your country. This is just simply true. Number four, women demand stable partners. Fewer men qualify. That is also facts. Number five, marriage rates collapsed, and single women, single parent homes became the norm. That is also true. Bruh. And the conclusion here is economic shifts didn't just change the labor force. They, I believe it says, dismantled the American family.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
No, Ninja, don't tell me to come on. I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. There's the reason I'm the world leader in this field. There's the reason I'm the #1 expert. Who else? Please, if you can find them on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, let me know who can do what Ricky does, who knows what Ricky knows. And let me know, honestly, if you disagree with the shit that I've presented to you tonight. Our country's broken. Our men are broken. Families are broken. Hell, our women are broken, right? Our politics are broken. That's how we got here. Some very evil people took over our country, came here, and took over our governmental system, our laws, and our politicians. That's what happened to us. And we have a country full of cowardly men and misguided and undecided weird women who they don't want to fight for it. And I promise you, you don't want to know what the alternative looks like. If you think things are rough now, and they're not going to get much better. So some of us, like for most of my adult life, I did live a good life, you know. There were tough times. But knowing what most Americans are going through, seeing the numbers daily, because that's what I have to do. I have to view this daily, and that's how I have the up-to-date information, and that's how I'm able to figure out all of our nation's problems. I know how to solve every last one of them. I know the things I say sound crazy. Even the fact that I really do think that we need a new governmental system, and I don't even trust anybody else to lead us or be president. I think it should be me. That's how crazy I am. It's crazy, right? Because I see everything. I don't know what I don't know. And I go on TikTok and debate and argue with people in person, you know, in that way, vocally. They can't even prove me wrong ever. I'm always right. But that's why these other creators are so scared of me. That's why these other creators don't want to debate me live and in person. You can't. What the fuck are you going to say that's going to change my facts? I'm facts. You're in your feelings about how you feel we should. If you're Red Pill, it's not about feelings, bro. It's about the facts. Red Pill stands for the fucking truth. Man, look. It stands for the truth. Your feelings aren't truth. Okay? Like, I'm tired of it. And I'm at war. I really want to go to war with these guys. But that's what it is. That's this live, guys. I got 2 more lives coming up because I got time tonight. The next one, we're going to get into a Red Pill girl who is, she's spitting some facts. And then the final live tonight will be, there's a gentleman, or I might not even, I might just do it on this show. I'll probably just take a break here in a minute. We're going to take a break now and end this portion because we did cover this. It was a good show. I'll take a break. And we'll come back and cover the Red Pill girl for a while so I can chill and stop yelling and being triggered and talking fast, right? I'm triggered and in my feminine feels.
I'm triggered.
So Ricky will take a break. Let's do that. Let me see. Leave you one of my silly little Red Pill songs. Since we got a Red Pill girl coming up, she looks like Mary. We'll do Cheating on Mary. It's 100.3 Red Pill Radio. We'll be back in a minute. Let's go.
Red Pill Radio.
Red Pill Radio.
Ricky on Red Pill Radio.
Yo, facts though.
100.3's Red Pill Radio.
Dark clouds rolling, the storm is brewing. Feel the tension rise, you can't handle reviewing. Heartache and betrayal, the pain is stewing. Faces turning cold, lies start occurring. Deception and lies, no alibi. Things get scary when you're cheating on Mary. Betrayal cuts deep, it's all too dreary. Lost trust and broken hearts, the feeling is hairy. No turning back now, it's getting very scary. Scary. Friends turn to foes, secrets unravel. Whispers in the dark, emotions travel. Nights of sleepless thoughts start to dabble. Lies upon lies, it's a twisted gravel. Betrayal sting, the venom it brings. Things get scary when you're cheating on Mary. Betrayal cuts deep, it's all too dreary. Lost trust and broken hearts, the feeling is hairy. No turning back now, it's getting very scary. Very scary. Very scary. Things get scary when you're
Red Pill Radio.
Red Pill Radio.
Ricky on Red Pill Radio.
Yo, facts though.
100.3's Red Pill Radio.
Red Pill Radio.
Red Pill Radio.
Ricky on Red Pill Radio.
Yo, facts though.
100.3's Red Pill Radio.
Yeah, me and my dancing. I might sprain something if I try to dance here tonight.